Preparing to raise a seed investment round isn't easy, but with a little pre-planning, you can attract the right investor for your business in a manner that's a lot less arduous than many make it out to be. This is what we're going to discuss in today's video, so let's get into it. Hey, Aidan here, professional founder coach and advisor, helping you, the startup founder, to be better than yesterday, every day. Here in these videos, the focus is on you and your business. So if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, please feel free to subscribe for more content just like this. So first, a bit of a disclaimer. Raising money from external investors is a legal process with laws that you need to be aware of. If you're looking to raise money and you don't know where to start, then please seek professional advice from independent legal and financial advisors to help clarify any questions that you might have. When raising a seed investment round, the goal is to entice the right people to invest in your business. We do this by presenting our businesses in coherent and concise ways that outline why our business is worth investing in. Working out how to present your business to investors can be really tough, especially if the business is in its infancy. And this video is designed to outline the approach that I use to help other businesses just like yours raise early stage capital. The process I use is a 7-step framework, and I've used it to raise millions of dollars both as a lead investor and as an independent advisor. This is by no means the only way to present a company for investment. This is simply a process that I have found to be really effective in helping frame up businesses to present to seed stage investors. So let's get into it. So the first stage in this process is to get clear on the company's purpose. The purpose statement gives an investor a clear summation of why a business exists and what it's trying to achieve. And a good purpose statement is the foundation from which you can build a cohesive story for your business, and it's a compelling way of describing the fundamental point of what the business is actually trying to do. It can take a bit of time to get right, but by answering two questions, why does the business exist and what is it trying to achieve, we can combine the two answers into what becomes a concise purpose statement. This statement then becomes a foundation for the rest of your presentation. So the second step is to get clear on your vision. Your vision is exactly that, a visual description of the future where your company's success has changed the world in some form of meaningful way. The idea of a vision statement may sound a bit naff, but it is important to help investors visualize how the world will be different if you succeed in what you're trying to do. It anchors the investor to an outcome, which then provides them context for the rest of your presentation. And now just a quick word of warning when preparing your purpose and vision statements. It's common for founders to try and present their businesses for what they feel an investor might want to hear. Don't fall into this trap. Flip it around and ensure that you're authentic to what you want to achieve with your business, not what you feel might attract investors. It's a very subtle point, but it has huge implications for the future of your business, so keep this in mind before you move on to the next step. So number 3 is to create a plan. A grand purpose and vision are all well and good, but without a clear plan as to how to achieve them, they're nothing but babble. A clear plan is your map to demonstrate how you'll progress towards mission success with the money that you're intending to raise. When preparing your plan, you want to have a clear time frame in mind, and this is usually 12 to 18 months. You then want to set the objectives you want to achieve, outline your success metrics, identify any assumptions that you're making, and present it all in a clear and concise summary outline of what the business actually intends to do. And it's a good tip at this point to keep any financing discussions out of the picture. Think big and challenge what's possible without the limitation of cash, as it will encourage grander thinking. And so now that you have a plan, it's time to work out how much it will cost. And this is our next step. We want to work out the net deficit figure that we will incur if we were to reasonably resource our plan. It's good practice to assume that no income will come in your first go at understanding how much your plan will cost. This helps to assess your total potential spend in a worst case scenario. You can then build in likely and optimistic sales numbers as a next iteration, and this should offer you a range of likely cash scenarios. There is a balance to strike here. If you raise too little, you will need to raise again on less favourable terms. If you raise too much, you'll have founder dilution to worry about. The goal is to work out a Goldilocks number, and this is completely context dependent to the plan that you've produced. At the end of this phase, you need to be confident that you have a figure that will adequately resource your plan, and this includes contingencies for any unknowns so that you can be confident that you can comfortably achieve your goals. Now it's time to stress test and sense check your work. So number 5, is to try and break the plan. It's a good idea to get an independent eye to look over what you've done and to challenge your work. Ask these people to find holes and see if there are any weaknesses in what you're assuming and how you've created your plan. If there are any issues, then you should be more than open to any feedback and be prepared to go right back to the drawing board. But if the plan does stand up to heavy scrutiny, you can now be confident that it's ready for investors. And so now for step 6, which is getting clear on your terms. So at this point, you should have your plan and a net dollar figure needed to fund it. And from here, financing terms for a raise can be discussed and agreed within the team. The financing mechanisms for raising are outside of the scope of this video, but in general, it's best to keep terms as simple as possible. Your goal here is to get a deal that is as favourable to you as possible without making it too unattractive to potential investors. And finally, our last step is bringing it all together to tell a story. So once you have your purpose, vision, plan, financing requirements, and clear terms, it's now time to bring it all together into a cohesive story for an investor. You're looking for investors that align with your company's purpose, so this is what you need to lead with. Make it clear why the business exists and what it's looking to achieve. Use your company's vision as an illustrative guide to reinforce the details of your plan and distill your presentation down to its core messages and deliverables. A great pitch is one that is simple, clear, and powerful. An investor should be left with a clear picture of what you're trying to achieve, both now and in the future, why that's important, and what the financial consequences will be should you succeed in your mission. And so to wrap this up, a bit of a bonus tip. Angel investors are busy people, and a lot of your investment information will be consumed in a hurry on a mobile phone. As such, make sure any digital information you have is legible on a mobile device. This means using clear, bold headings, concise text, simple graphics, and really easy to follow messages. Making it as simple as possible for anyone to read information on a mobile phone will be by far the most efficient thing you can do to help your early raising efforts. And now a bit of a final word. It's important to state that in practice, this process is never as linear or as straightforward as I've described it. It can take months to prepare for a raise and often involves a lot of back and forth. Make sure you give yourself time to get these things right and prepare yourself for a lot of debate. This work will all be worth it in the end because when it comes time to dealing with investors, you'll be so much more prepared and so much more concise with how you can address them. And so there you have it, how to prepare for a seed round. First step is to get clear on your purpose and your vision and use this to inform your first plan. This plan is then what informs how much money you'll need, which in turn typically determines the best mechanisms and terms for raising. Finally, bring it all together to tell a story. Make it clear what you're looking to achieve, why that's important, and what the financial consequences of you succeeding in your mission will be. So I want to pass the discussion back onto you. If you've ever raised a seed round before, how did you go about preparing for it? What were your challenges and what did you find worked? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, so feel free to respond in the comments below. If you have any questions about raising capital or would like to discuss how I can help you or your business with its raising preparation, then contact me via the links in the description box below. As always, if you found this video useful, then hit the like button and feel free to share this with any other founders that may also find it of use. And until next time, my name is Aidan Keneally, professional founder coach and advisor helping you, the startup founder, to be better than yesterday every day.